Hey friends, welcome to my channel. Hope you all are doing good. The recently published Justice Hema Committee Report on the working conditions of females in the Malayalam film industry has opened a can of worms in the otherwise denial-struck Kerala society. Many male directors and actors who pretend to be ethical has all been accused in the report as perpetrators of SA and other horrible behavior. Now, this isn't limited to actors or entertainment world, but to Malayali society as a whole. Most Malayali men are hypocrites to the core who will parrot feminism and equality in public and then will behave completely appalling with their wives or sisters behind closed doors. Not just actresses, ordinary women in all fields suffer from these issues. I and many of my female colleagues have faced so many suggestive comments from older male colleagues who were our seniors, but we had no redressal system at all. We all felt sick to our stomach at the suggestive so called jokes at our presence. The sad thing was, our female superiors too laughed and enjoyed such vulgar jokes at our expense instead of calling them out and standing up for us. It remains a fact that many older Malayali women love to see the younger generation of women humiliated. As per the various stats reported by media, the crime rate in Kerala saw a 45.4% increase and the conviction rate decreased to 5.27 from 7.63%. Kerala also had the nation's second highest rate of crimes involving attacks on women committed with the intention of SA in 2022. The state also had the second highest cases of attacks against children in 2022. While mentioning the above stats, we have to keep in mind that Kerala has high levels of reporting crimes as well, especially when compared to other parts of India. That is because Malayali women are not afraid of the police and they go willingly to file complaints in the police station. Also, the policing is extremely efficient and solving of cases too are usually prompt, but the rich and powerful always escape punishment in courts. In 2022, a ruling by Kerala District Session Court stated that the offence of SA is not prima facie attracted when the woman is wearing a provocative dress. Faith in the system is destroyed when the judiciary, which is there to defend the people, says things like this. Kerala once upon a time used to be matrilineal and is a society that traditionally love their daughters and prefer daughters over sons. Yet the stats mentioned before are very alarming. The state has traditionally gone through a lot of reforms thanks to reformers like Sri Narayana Guru, Ayyankali, Mannathu Padmanabhan, etc. In the 18th and 19th century, many of the reforms had taken shape that completely changed, especially the Hindu community. Many of my non-Malayali friends marvel at the simple Malayali weddings. It was achieved through the relentless efforts of the same social reformers who strived to free the bride's family of huge expenses. Yet, thanks to social media, we now have unheard of rituals in Malayali weddings, burdening the girls' families further, imported from other states in the name of status and fashion. Kerala has the greatest per capita substance abuse use in India, but neither the state nor its citizens will admit that they have an issue. Although Kerala was the first state to introduce a transgender policy in 2015, many transgender workers at Kochi Metro reportedly left the company because they could not handle the stigma from society. Though proud of its sex ratio, women's safety has a long way to go inside the state. Just measuring the number of women who take public transport or even just travel to public areas by themselves after nightfall is a good way to measure this. Kerala denies the hypocrisy in its society. There won't be any progress in creating a society that is genuinely enlightened and empowered unless the issues are addressed. Malayali society is anything but forward thinking. Simply go through the comment sections of a woman's Facebook post and be appalled. The change should start from families and parents. That is what I feel. While the daughters are taught household chores, sons are not. Girls have to serve their brothers like domestic slaves, while boys are coddled, essentially making them incapable. I know so many of my former male colleagues who shamelessly mention that their moms or sisters or sister in laws still wash their clothes. The Malayali men have no shame in admitting this, and they don't even know how wrong this is. A good daughter in law is supposed to continue the coddling that the mother in law has perpetuated in the family. If the bride speaks up, then she is tagged as evil and difficult. Malayali men love to come off as modern or sensible, yet their behaviors behind the four walls are atrocious. Many will argue this happens in other parts of the country as well as the world. But my point is, none of them make it a passion to criticize and judge others while refusing to admit own juvenile shortcomings like Malayali men. I'm not blaming just men who refuse to acknowledge their faults, but also mothers who coddle their adult sons and husbands and expect new generation Malayali girls to continue the same. Malayali women has property rights since long. However, aside from property rights, nowadays you have to pay dowry as well. Just go through the tragic case of Vismaya, and the sheer entitlement of the so-called man she married is astounding. I can cite so many examples being a Malayali woman, but it will take ages to finish this video. Hopefully, the Hema Committee report will make Malayali men and parents to rethink their attitude. But I'm not too hopeful about it, as these things have been discussed to threadbare by many NGOs and women's organizations long time back. The interesting thing is that only Kerala thought about discussing something like this. You can call it another paradox of this state. Conveniently, the Hema Committee report shifted the public attention from the natural disaster in Wayanad and entirely reduced the heat on the CPM-led government's inaction to protect the natural assets of the state. While it is commendable that a study like this was done by the government, let's be also realistic and wait to see if there will be any conviction or consequences for the culprits. That will be the true judge of the intention behind the state government's decision to take this up. The biggest irony of all is that many of the accused in the report are ardent CPM followers, leaders, as well as feminists who love to judge and point fingers at non Malayali men. Yet, they had no qualm in treating their female colleagues with extreme disrespect. My point for this video was not to generalize. I know that a huge number of good men and bad women do exist, but it is important to stand up as a society against these ills, or we'll become exactly what we love to judge. So, what do you guys think? Leave your opinions in the comment section. For more content like this, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.